What's up, crew? It's Marshall. Come to you guys and girls. Raw. Appreciate you coming along for this another trip to Mr. Gillespie's video montage. Enjoy. I got a ton of questions to ask him this time. You guys and girls really came through. Actually, this one's all guys this time. I'm pretty sure. And we'll go from there. I'm gonna try my best to get them all. And you know, we'll go from there. If I forget, guys and girls, please forgive me. But you know, if they're late, we'll try to get them in next time. So for now, everyone be blessed. Enjoy the videos. Out. I hope you learned something cool, and I hope you enjoy me learning something cool. Yeah. Unloading the all this gear from the truck. I don't know if you can see it. Look what's happening. It's snowing, dude. What the? You see this? Should have brought a jacket. What's going on?
We're gonna make bolsters.
Okay, and now forewarning everyone.
Forewarning.
You're not feeling 100%, are you, sir?
No, I'm not.
And you're still like, you know what?
What?
The teacher must strive on.
Yes.
It's snowing outside too.
It is snowing. Yeah.
Thank goodness for this thing.
Yeah, we have a little heat in here.
All right, and what are we doing today?
We're gonna do brass bolsters on this big choppy thing.
Yeah, the LMK Tactical.
LMK Tactical. LMK. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
what's up? Nice to meet you, sir.
So you're gonna do this. I'm gonna lay it out, and you get to you get to be the guy.
And we're going with the pinning situation because we already preemptively planned this with the.
Yeah, we drilled 2 holes for if we opted to do a bolster, 1 hole if we chose not to.
Correct.
So we're going to do the bolster on this, and then a Guy Carta.
This is the first time this has been done with the. This is what is it's a micarta, but it's a lightning strike with the blue and black. Guy Carta gave us the first shot at it, sir.
Cool.
I know, the second time we got a first off. Huh? Yeah, man. I'm very excited about that. So,
yeah.
And the owner of this knife specifically asked for that.
Yep.
So we are, and I got a wicked awesome mosaic to go with that too.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
So what we're doing here is we're going to just decide roughly where we want the bolster to begin and end, and we'll cut it just so we can have a little easier handling. I'm going to think that the bolster is going to be somewhere back in here. I don't know which direction I'm going to put it, or you're going to put it, I should say.
Understand, sir.
You know, this will be curved once we get it, but we'll go ahead and cut it, and then we'll transfer those holes through.
Understood.
And on the drill press.
And now what I'm going to do is, you know, you'll tell them the basics of it.
Yep.
As we're going, I'll get a little here, there montage of it, and if they want to know how to do it specifically, they have to find a mentor and have them show it. or a lot of trial and error.
It's not all that hard.
I understand, sir. Thank you. All right, let's get doing something awesome.
Let's do it.
Out. All right, sir. We're back.
We're back.
After I'm sweating already. I'm nervous.
You're nervous.
I am. That thing, the brass. You weren't kidding. The brass bites in. It wants a.
It wants to grab.
Wants to grab, man. I thought my hands were tough. Anyway, I'm sweating. So, what do we got so far?
Well, we transferred the holes through the first bolster, then from the first bolster to the second bolster. So we've got our pieces of brass here. Now, what we're going to do is even the back and the front.
Yes, sir.
Contour the front because square looks bad.
Absolutely.
So we'll do that, and then decide if you want to dovetail these bad boys or not.
If you don't do your first bolster, sir, it might as well be outrageous.
Huh? Yeah, sure.
Like, remember what was the first design of my first handmade knife? as your opinion. One of a kind hybrid Tonto that I came up with. What did you think that was? Was that super easy?
No, that is a hard knife to make.
All right, so when it's said and done, I think we're going to go to difficult route again.
Well, it's not difficult. It only takes a little more time.
It sure is difficult for me, sir.
Well, you can make anything hard. So, hard road.
I was going to say, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, man, all right, sir. Enough goofing around. I haven't even had enough coffee. I still have my first coffee going down, sir. All right, so let's...
Yeah, so we're going to trim these up a bit and clean them and make them match, and then we'll cut the dovetail.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to pause it here, and we're going to get to work.
All right.
And I'm going to drink some coffee.
Okay. Out.
What we're doing is we're just trimming on the bandsaw right now to get it closer before we put it on the disc. Correct, sir?
Yep. We got them still pinned together, so we cut them both at once.
It's just the camera. You work good in the dark, but the camera doesn't, sir.
The camera doesn't. No. So I can see this other side, and I'll just trim that because it's easier with a bandsaw than with a grinder.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Awesome. So our result?
Our result, they're close.
Awesome.
Now we'll true them up and contour the front. And then we'll be ready to dovetail the back side of it.
Awesome, sir. Then we
also it's not so necessary on a odd-shaped irregular bolster, but we did mark it because when you get to doing just square bolsters, it's easy to lose track which side you're on.
I understand. We have an arrow with an L on
for the left side, and that way we're always sure of where it goes on the knife.
Absolutely.
Not too bad with these, but when you get to, like I say, the ones that are...
they match up.
They match up, and it's hard to remember which one was which.
Yes, I have my first attempt at trying to bolster myself. The very first thing I did is made a left bolster on the right side handle. And I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And that was the first failure, so I said, you know what? That's enough of this stuff.
We'll set this to begin with at 90 degrees just to pull the pieces together. Get them the same size. Now I want to check on this and see how high up this goes and put a indicator mark. Where the heck am I going?
Sir. Yep.
Yeah, that's the way. No, that's the way. Is that the way?
That's the way, sir.
Okay. So I'm just going to scribe a
I got you, sir.
line in there with the pointy end instead of the rounded end. And this way, when I round the front, I know where I'm, what I'm trying to catch.
Yep, I understand what you're saying, sir.
We're doing that now.
Awesome.
So we're pretty good here, good there. Now we're going to do the dovetail.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to set the table at an angle.
Understood.
We don't care what the angle is.
Understood.
Now from here on out, till we get the handles done, that angle doesn't change. That way we can mate up the handle to the bolster with the same angle.
Understood. And this is the important part where we don't mix up inside outside.
Well, now we got inside and outside to be remembering.
Yes, sir.
So you know, if you want, cut a bevel on one and then cut a bevel on the other, and that way you're sure that you're not going to mess it up. You brought me a nice heavy chunk of brass here to work on.
Message and shut off my recorder. Damn it. And, I got either a message or a text or something. So I missed some of this stuff, but you know, like you said, it was a mundane. Don't worry about it. Just pay attention and learn.
Yeah, we were grinding our dovetails.
Yes, sir.
When you stopped.
So basically, our really the important part of what I missed though was the front. So let's, because I know everyone's on.
Well, we.
Dang it! I didn't lose it that time. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, what we did was we pinned them back together after we ground to make sure that we have them even.
Yes, sir.
And we had to touch up one or another to make it even. So we're satisfied with that. We had cut the front bevel with a 50 grit.
Yes, sir.
And so then we trued it up with a 320 grit.
Yes, sir.
And went ahead and polished it now, so it's just easier than doing it when it's on the knife.
Yes, and then of course I'm gonna ruin that after when I cut another bevel in there a little bit.
No, you're gonna be cutting on the top, so
understood.
So you'll be fine.
But what I mean is it would make it even harder to get that smaller flat in the front. That's
right.
what I meant.
Yeah, it's hard to get that buffer down into the corner.
Yes, sir.
So now we're ready to apply these to the knife.
Okay. And you know, right now I got real quick. I got a question because this is going to affect that also. One of the guys. Well, actually, you know, we'll save the questions for after when we get a break. So go ahead. But it'll have to do with copper and epoxy. So we'll keep going.
All right. So now we know we're.
That's basically all set.
It's all set.
That's the most important part.
We cleaned the inside to make sure it was good and flat after we.
Yes, sir.
We ground the dovetails because this side was scuffed pretty hard from the work rest.
And the most important thing about flat is
that it's flat.
That it's flat. You know, I had such a hard time figuring that out at first, didn't I, sir? What do you mean the steel's not flat?
What do you mean it's not flat?
What do you mean, sir? Why can't you get a flat piece of steel from a platen with a belt?
With a belt?
Yes, sir.
Because it rolls.
The belt rolls microscopically.
It ain't even microscopically if you can see it once you touch it on something that is flat.
What I'm saying is it's such a insignificant amount, but it does it so many thousand times per minute. You know, that there's no possible way for flat from a belt.
No.
Yes. So anyway, sir, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and continue learning and drinking coffee.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
All right.
Didn't get you burning yourself today, sir?
No, I'm only at 400 degrees.
I got a thumb that touched 400 degrees the other day. Let's see if I can get a close up on that. Tip of my thumb is just done well, sir.
Done well, or well done.
Yeah. So, what do you got going on in here? Secret stuff?
No, I got some knives for a friend of mine in Massachusetts, Al Longworth, that I'm heat treating.
Oh, fantastic.
I got a fun little thing here that I'm working on.
That's the thing. I want to see the.
I want
to see the cool stuff, sir. Al stuff is cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Al stuff is great.
But I want to see the
weird.
You know, we don't go to freak shows to see the normal people in suit and ties.
What? So that's a what? That's a Warncliffe, and it's still just a bit warm.
Let me see.
You want to touch it?
Woo! Yep, it's hot.
So it's got 3 16th-inch holes through
I already know what it's going to be.
Yeah. So the handle is going to be on the edge.
Yep.
Instead of on the face and pinned through the edges.
How cool is that?
So,
man, that's on to sell so fast.
A lot of fun.
We were actually talking about learning that the other day, weren't we,
This
sir?
is the one. Yeah, I ground it out while you were here, but I waited.
I understand. We were that's I actually have mine somewhere. Oh, sir, I did. I brought it up. It's the one that I that's CPM 154 CM that you did one, and then I went and did one.
Right. Yeah.
To demonstrate the speed factor.
Speed.
Mine's in that stupid box right there, full of awesomeness.
Awesomeness.
All right, sir. We'll look at that in a bit. All right, we're back. Coming at you guys and girls. Raw. Yeah, that's it. And I was walking outside, and this was brought to my attention, and let you guys girls ponder over that for a second. Let you think about what that is. Now, I can tell you the material is what, sir?
Gunite.
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 So, yeah.
Sound like an Australian.
Yeah. So, before we get to something really awesome that everyone's going to want to see in your hand, sir, what the heck did I almost step on?
Where? What?
The gunite over here.
Oh, the gunite? Yeah, that's concrete poop.
You and young Brewer are going to do what?
We're going to use that for molds and cast it in bronze, so we'll have bronze poop.
You don't have bronze poop.
Yep.
Why? Because you and young Bruce. Yeah, you and young Bruce are brainstorming moment.
We have a brainstorm. Yeah, everybody should have a pile of bronze poop.
Yeah, door stops and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
What, can you get the man who has everything?
Yeah.
Bronze poop made by my mentor.
Yeah, there you go.
Or a hand in.
Just a hand in it, yes.
What do you got there, sir? What do you got in your hand?
This I made for a friend of mine a couple years back. This is my redneck Tanto.
Okay, and why is this called redneck Tanto? Because I still...
Oh, because it's stag-handled, and it's got the habaki. It's a traditional Tanto shape, and everything, and
got your fuller in there. And...
Yeah, got the hamon.
Yeah, I can't see the hamon in there. Yeah. There it is, kind of. Come on, camera. Let me do it for you, sir.
Do it.
We're on 20 to 30 degrees, sir. I don't know, sir. It's my camera.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
It's focusing on the reflections and everything else.
I didn't do anything to
enhance it.
To enhance it.
But
can you see that there?
Yeah, right there, sir.
Yeah.
So yes, I see. I think I got it.
So I'm doing a little.
And the thing before you continue on, sir, and we'll let you talk. The handle, I think, is amazing. What you told me about this, it is, even though it's all pinned on and everything, and it looks like it's a full tang, it's not.
It's not. It's a traditional Tanto. You push the pin out, and everything comes off the blade.
Which I think is awesome.
Thank you. It's kind of.
So go ahead, sir. I'm so sorry.
I didn't have anything else to say.
You were fixing the tip on it.
I'm going to fix the tip. I left the tip a little heavy.
Armor piercing.
Having a little problem getting it sharp, so I'm going to do an adjustment.
Because you know we love sharp.
Give it back to him.
I think that's pretty dang cool, sir.
Thank you.
So, in 1075?
Yes.
Awesome. I love it. I love that stuff. I think, we'll have to start working as soon as I get, the stainless out of the way. D2, I consider D2 a stainless because we got to heat treat it like such.
Darn near.
But as soon as that happens, I want to start doing some differential heat treat. And 52100, I'm going to have to compare my 52100 to some 1075. Maybe do a no one else likes doing cut tests and abusive tests to knives they spent big bucks for. So maybe I'll do it for them.
Do it for them. That'd be fun.
Make a side-by-side comparison knife and do some stupid stuff with it.
Yeah. Chop and
have you film me do some stupid stuff?
Well, yeah, that's how that's going to work.
All right, sir. Hey, thank you for taking the time to show us that. And
here comes the dog.
And what the heck? hey, did you do that? Did you do that? Did you do that? No, you just gave young Bruce the idea for it. All right, guys, out. That's a raw.
Yeah, we're back.
I want you to explain what I had this idea of to do something, and I'm like, too bad. And you're like, why is that too bad? And I'm like, because I don't know how to do it. And he goes, well, let's teach you how to do something real quick.
What we did was we made a Guy Curta bead
To match the handles that we're doing.
To match the handles with a blue spacer. And so all we do is take 2 pieces of the material, drill a 7/30 seconds hole through it because that happened to be the size of the tubing I have. Glue a piece of blue spacer on it and glue the tubing through it. You see it?
There you go, this side. Yeah, put it in that hand. And there's our one-of-a-kind custom bead.
And then, you know, put it on a stick and turn it against your belt sander to make it round.
Yeah, stick, bastard file, whatever.
Whatever, you know, whatever works. And then you put your lanyard through that and use it as a choker.
Yes, sir. Actually, I think that's just awesome. You know, it's all the little things that add up to the big details. But
the big details.
Son of a.
And then you break it, and we got to do it again.
I'm not bending down in front of you, sir, to get that. So,
all right.
For now, everyone, thank you.
This is a knife that you showed last time.
Yep.
I'm gonna finish it up with handles and everything like that, but I need, because we did a hollow grind, I need your wheel. My wheel's not the same diameter.
Right. So we're doing a grind to thin down the cutting edge.
Yes, sir.
And true everything up for the to the final grind in a Scotch Brite.
Yes, sir. Everyone will remember this one. This is the one that I told you to put the threads on after you'd already started grinding.
Yes, you did.
What a jerk. I mean. Oh, by the way, sir, you also showed on this knife, is the knife you showed how to slack belt your plunge line.
Yes.
My friend George Ickard over at GI Custom Knives really found that helpful. He wanted me to tell you thank you.
More than welcome.
Yeah, George is quality people. He just got back from a mission to help people in Africa.
I'm no kidding.
Yep. Did awesome. Teach them knife making skills so they can, you know, better their life.
Yes.
Of course, it wasn't just him. It was also my friend Tim Troyer, who's also the guy who started me with the knife making build along there.
Oh, okay.
And another gentleman, I forget his name, Jesse, I believe it was, but yeah, awesome. Helping those people out, outstanding. But he really found it very helpful of the slack belt you showed him.
Good.
Now back to letting you concentrate. Man, that looks pretty. What a gorgeous grind. I love it.
What we're trying to end with, and then we'll jump up to the 220.
Yes,
this
sir.
is 120. Trying to bring this point.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to bring it on this side to match.
Outstanding. Yeah, and this is one of those things. My friend Green Madness, Paul was saying, well, you only do this from experience, right, sir?
Well, it's just if you see it, then
Take my mask off. Yeah.
Then fix it.
Yes, sir.
Is the idea.
Yeah, and
if I can see it, you can see it, my customer can see it, then and if it's not even, then do what's necessary to make it even.
Understandable.
Or make it correct. It requires a few more minutes.
And that was basically it. We were about ready to leave, and I said, "Oh, I forgot." Like a jerk.
Like a jerk.
Keep the steel cool and use a fresh belt is basically it.
Yeah. So you see we're closing in on that top piece.
Yes, sir.
So closer.
Yep. Now, when you're chasing like this, do you want to get it perfect at the 120, or do you want to leave a little bit for the 220?
I want to get it pretty darn close at the 120.
Yes, sir.
And so I don't have to do as much grinding and shaping, changing shape with the 220.
Because your 220 goes away fast.
I'll just run my grit off of it if I try and alter the shape too much with this. 220 should just be to remove the 120 scratch mark. Now what I'm working on is, you can see just that little change of angle at the tip. And I'm just bringing the grind slowly out to take care of the tip.
Yes, sir.
And then we should be good to the 220. If you lose patience here, you mess up the whole knife. Best to make several slight passes instead of trying to hog off in one pass and then say, went too far. So now the tip is clean.
Yes, sir.
I ground this swedge on this side. Now I got to swap places with you and come back to this side and do the top swedge. So we're pretty symmetrical from side to side. Now we can go to the 220 and do our final grind before Scotch brite.
Outstanding. I'll just pause until we get the 220 going.
All right.
All right, we're back with the 220 now. Yes, sir.
So we've done the final grind. The next one will be Scotch-Brite.
Yes, sir.
And that'll be finished.
Now, I guess one of the things that we talked about while we were switching belts and doing everything over, this is for me number one most important critique. I know what it is, and I've said it numerous times. You'll actually hear me talk to myself sometimes, but it's what, sir?
Grind light.
Yes, let the machine do the work. Correct?
After you have done your hogging off, lighten up. More passes, less pressure. You won't make your mistakes
Correct.
As big that you have to start chasing from side to side or.
Correct, and that's a huge problem for me because of impatience, but also because of bad habits.
Yeah.
And also, if you find it at the point where you're pushing so hard to get it to cut, it's probably time for a new belt, correct?
It's time for a new belt, especially after heat treating, when you're on your final grinds.
Oh, after post heat treat, I'm firm. I put my hands right on a steel, make sure we don't get any discoloration, any heat, anything.
Yep. So that's the main thing. Burn thumb.
Yeah. What is it, 400 degrees that we change the steel?
Yeah, if you temper at 400, that's where you start
so any
critical.
Anything over 200 degrees starts getting really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to hold on to 200 degrees.
Yeah, I could tell you this cooked thumb. It was man. And the steel, it said whatever. Knucklehead. But that's what I have to do for myself because I stopped thinking about how hot the steel is, as we already know, and I think we've discussed that.
Yep.
Actually, many videos ago with you and I.
Yeah.
But basically, it's what I have to do to keep my steel from overheating.
Yeah.
You know, just by looking, just by feeling, just by repetition, just by experience. I'm not that good yet, so it may be.
It's better to dunk it in the water unnecessarily than to not.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Make sure it's cool. And
you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm going to touch this side of the swedge again.
I seen it. I seen you glance down, sir. I'm getting to read your poker faces.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, we're going to stop it here. And maybe we'll show I'll pause it, and then when we're done everything, Scotch-Brite everything, I'll just do a quick up on it and see what you say. All right, sir. Thank you. Out.
On to the Scotch-Brite.
trick?
Yes, sir.
Up and compound?
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can show it.
Before.
There's before. We'll see if we get a difference on after. I don't know.
A little bit out of the. There you go.
Yeah.
Let me see the knife real quick.
A little bit of difference.
You can see it big time compared to the other side.
Yeah.
Well, you look, but you can see it real well compared to the other side.
Oh yeah. So it just blends a little more, a little finer. We got it.
Awesome, sir. Show it off real quick. And then we'll be ending with this one. Another long video. Let's, yeah, a little bit of angle so we can see the light off it. Refract it. Reflect it. Refract.
Refract?
I don't know. But ding! Ding!
Refracting. Looks nicer. Let me hold it. Nice satin finish. I think that's where I'm going to end it, unless I decide to go stupid and acid dip your knife when I put the handles on it.
Sure. Go ahead and ruin the finish. See if I care.
You won't be too angry, sir.
No.
There's no way I'm going to ruin your finish on purpose.
Come on.
On purpose.
Oh, on purpose, yeah. Gotcha.
It can't be perfect all the time. All right, sir. Thank you. Out.